how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and today I am doing the update to the Graveyard Project pan. So this only has 3 updates. No, is that right? An intro, an update and a finale? I don't know. It's 6 months. The updates typically, yeah, June the 30th. Also there's 2 updates and the finale. Wow. June 30th, August 31st and then the finale on October 31st. Yeah, she's on top form today, guys. She's on top form. This is created by the wonderful Emily and Max, who is just, you know, a genius when it comes to project pans, in my humble opinion. And the idea of this, you take 5 to 10 products. They can be rolling style or just completion, whatever way you want to do it. And you have 2 categories, resurrection and collecting cobwebs. Resurrection are products that were already in project pans and you didn't quite finish them. And then collecting cobwebs, as it suggests, items in your collection that maybe aren't getting used and need to get a little bit of TLC. So, I lost the run of myself and went for all 10. 5 resurrection and 5 collecting cobwebs. So, let's get cracking. First up is the PS Primark Prep and Perfect Skin Illuminator. This is it here, it's in the shade Pearl. And I hope you can see this was the intro. It's an airless pump, so it goes up the way. And that is where we are at now. I have used this 14 times and I've used 4.65 of the product and I'm getting my uses out of it, and that's the main thing. It's not something I'd run out and repurchase, but it's fine. It does the trick. Gives you a nice glow. Next up is from the brand SoSu. It is a Dripping Gold Luxury Tanning Glow Stick Illuminating Liquid Highlighter. And this is it here. Very reflective packaging. I have used this 9 times and I've used 1.88 grams of product. I took the sponge off, but I did that before we started this project because I just don't like them. I like that I can control how much is coming out as well. I find with sponge products like this, if you know, you can be kind of squeezing and nothing's coming out, and next thing there's a ton of product and it's all in the sponge and it goes everywhere, and the sponge off, I prefer it. So that will be staying in. Next up is my nemesis. I think this might contribute a big part to my, let's be honest, hatred of Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know if anybody watched Robert Welch on Instagram or TikTok, but he was talking about working with a famous makeup artist at a show or something, or a friend of his was, and he said she now has her own brand, and just that she was an app that, no, he didn't keep saying she, he once let slip that she now has her own brand. And he said that she was just an absolute nightmare, etc, etc. And I've heard rumours like that about Charlotte Tilbury before. I'm not surprised. I can't with the woman, I can't. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in 1 Fair. It's a pressed powder, lads. Can we not just call them what they are? Why do we have to come up with these convoluted, wow, I'm ranty today, I'm so ranty, but the convoluted names, there's no need. I lose the literal will to keep going. It's a pressed powder and it's in the shade 1 Fair. That's all you need to tell us, lads. That's all you need to tell us. I've used it 17 times and the stupid thing is still going. I did repress it. I did a little reel and a TikTok. Get her, thinking she's down with the kids, of me repressing it. I think I took a picture of it before I repressed it. I'm not sure. I've used 0.67 worth of product in that 17 uses. Please, to whoever's out there, can I have that finished by the next update? Next up is another product that I'm not mad keen on, but I don't know, I kind of starting to like again. XX Revolution Faux Brow in deep brown. Maybe as well because my roots are so dark, badly need doing. The shade of this is kind of better on me when my hair is more presentable. It's maybe a bit dark, and maybe that's why I wasn't enjoying it. I don't know, but it lasts forever as well. It's just breaking me with how long it lasts. I have used this 10 times. One of those times was as an eyeshadow base, kind of for a darker look. I just said I'd try it and see. It was a bit too dry for that. I've used 0.09 worth of product, and I should have a picture there, I'm going to guess. Oh, over my nice lights. Of the paper marking of how much I've used, quite a bit in the 2 months. But like I said, one of those was as a eyeshadow base, so obviously I would have used a lot more than normal. And I have no brows, so I need a lot of brow product. Next up is my lip liner that I have in, and this is the, again, SoSu brand, and it is in the colour or shade Boy Bye. There's their lovely, simple, nudie pink shade, peachy nude. I don't know. It's on today with a lipstick and a gloss. Very easy to use. I've used it 8 times and I've used 0.26 of product, and I've only that much left, guys. So look, I'm really hoping that by the end of the project, maybe not my next update, but by the end of the project, I should be good with that one. So the next 5 items were from the collecting cobweb side of things. So the first item I have in is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This is it here. It was a favourite of mine a few years back, and I repurchased it, and I don't love it as much now. It's very high coverage, so I actually thin it out with a kind of a, I thin it out with this, the ELF it's a pump moisturizer in a pump. It's a very thin, it's the hydrogel moisturizer. So I find this is a nice little mixer. Can you see it? I don't know. It's a nice mixer for something like this. But I've used quite a lot of this. If you can see the marks there, I have used it 7 times and 5.25 of product. Now, this is a very, very liquidy consistency. If you can see, it is so runny. So it's very hard not to take out more than you need. So unfortunately, I have wasted a bit of it, you know, having to just, you know, I drop it out onto my hand, mix it with that, but there'll be an excess and it gets wiped up with a tissue, which is unfortunate, but it's just very hard to control it. But thinning it out, I'm enjoying it more, which is a good thing. So these will all be staying into the end of the project unless I say differently, which I'm about to say with this next one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. This is it here. Can you see? Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Simple as that. Hate it. Used it twice. My skin when I use it. So, how I use concealer. Under the eyes. A little bit down the middle, a little bit here, a little bit at the corner of the nose, and a little bit here, just to brighten up the face in the middle. Or I'll use it on my eyelids if it's not working for me on my face. On the face, I looked mottled or had a scaly look in these areas, like as if it was sinking into pores, but it shouldn't have been because I had a pore minimizing primer that works wonderfully with everything else. So it shouldn't have been. Tried it with different foundations, different primers, with, without primers. I just cannot. I cannot. It just ruins my makeup look. I hate it. On the eyes, it's too wet. Too wet. I need something drier on the eyes. Or it'll just crease like crazy even when I set it down. So just, I like to try and find a way to use products if I can. I tried using it as a mixer to tone down, you know, the shade of, no, it made the whole foundation look like crap. Hated it. Have to declutter it. Goodbye. Fare thee well. Not really, because I don't like you. So that one is gone. I'm not replacing anything because, look, let's be honest, I have enough in and I have enough on other projects. It's fine. Next up is the OFRA highlighter in Rodeo Drive. It's a nice golden shade. I've only got 5 uses on this, and that's really because I'm only now having a little bit of tan after holidays that it suits my skin tone. Prior to that, it's a little bit warm or golden for me. If you can see it next to the thing there, so it's a bit warmer, but you know, you can really buff it in and get it to look really kind of golden, or not golden as in make you look healthy, which is nice. It's nice. I like it. I'm getting use out of it. That is the main thing. Yeah, and it's not sitting on my skin, do you know what I mean? I was able to really buff it in and make it kind of one with my skin, which is great. So that is that one. Next up, this has just been gorgeous. I'm delighted I put it into this project. This is the NYX Daydream Powder Blush. I think the shade is Daydream. The Sweet Cheeks Glow Creamy Powder Blush. I don't know why it says creamy, because it's not a creamy blush, it's a powder blush. But this is just so gorgeous as a blush topper. I have it on today over my blush because I'm using my Revolution blush palette for the year to try and hit pan on. So you can see, like, it's not much pigment, if you know what I mean. Like if you look at it next to the OFRA highlighter there, it really is a blush topper, but it's on today. I just love it. Because you're probably going, oh sure, is that not your highlight? No, my highlight I kind of keep up here and down the nose and stuff and just on the cupid's bow, and I let this shine on its own because it's just stunning. I don't like it on its own as a blush. I find that it's too insipid or something. It kind of just comes off like I have a shit ton of highlight on my face and no pigment underneath it, if that makes sense. But when I put this blush that I have on today on underneath, so I have this one here on today, this kind of peachy blush, and they're quite pigmented, these ones. So that's it there. So I have that on my cheeks, and then I just pop this on over it, and love it. Love it. I have used it 8 times and 40.14 grams of product used up. So I'm just thrilled to be getting use out of it and enjoying the use that I'm getting out of it. And lastly then is my bronzer. This is from Kiko. This is the Dark Treasure Baked Bronzer in O2 Bronze Melange. I'm not sure. I have used this 13 times. Because again, it's the time of year where I need something a little bit darker when it comes to a bronzer than what I usually have in my collection. Just a tad, nothing too crazy, but this does the trick for me because I just, you know, I'm tanning, as in fake tanning, not sitting out tanning. Did get a little kiss of sun on holidays, but not much because I just factor 50 head to toe, wear a hat, sit in the shade. That's me, I'm that girl. But I have been, you know, putting on my gradual tanner and stuff like that, and my face tanner. So I just need something to be a little bit warmer, a little bit deeper, and because I like to use it down here as well. So yeah, that's been getting used and I'm really enjoying it. This one, as I said in the intro, I think at the end of the year or the end of this project I'll declutter it because it's definitely starting to change. The scent isn't the same. It would normally have a vanilla scent-ish, kind of a chocolate vanilla scent, and it's just getting a bit bitter and a bit, it's changing. So I just want to get as much use as possible out of that before the end of the year. That is it. That is my update for this project. Don't know why, but I feel like I was speaking really fast today. Maybe because I was in full rant mode, and when I rant, everything goes really fast. I really like this project, I really do. I was so disappointed that I missed out on it last year because just circumstance, and I'm delighted this year that I'm taking part because especially like products like this powder, you know what I mean, stuff that was in projects at the end of December that I didn't get to complete, and I could take a break from them. I didn't have to put them straight into the same project next year and just be so exhausted from using them. You know, just demotivated and not excited and things like that. And knowing that Graveyard was coming up in April, I could kind of just put them aside and go, just forget about them now for a couple of months, few months, and you can get cracking on them again in April with a renewed kind of energy. And I definitely have. I definitely have. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm really glad this is back and that I'm taking part this year. Really glad. How are you getting on? Are you doing well? Are you doing better than you anticipated? Worse than you anticipated? I would love to know. I don't know about you, but I definitely feel, noticed it in previous years project planning as well, around the 6-month mark and around summertime, the wheels come off a little bit. I start to get a little bit unmotivated, you know, kind of just want to play with my collection and not get, you know, stuck into the project pan items like I usually do. And I think it's a number of things, in that typically things that I've rolled in January, February, March, etc., they're wintry or maybe even spring items and not very summer leaning, and therefore I'm not excited to use them, or feel like they're not working for me at this time of year, or I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm just like, I want to just play. I don't want to use... It's like I tried to buck against it, you know what I mean? It's like, I tell myself to do something, I go, no, I'm not doing it. Why are you fighting with yourself, you weirdo? No, I'm not doing it. I don't care. You're not the boss of me. Oh, wait, you are. And I always feel that around September maybe I get reinvigorated and remotivated and kind of like, yeah, let's do this, and, you know, push hard for the final straight nearly. But I feel like since holidays, because I really didn't take a lot of my project pans, I didn't take a lot of makeup full stop with me on holidays. I definitely have come back and have started to kind of slowly but surely get my stride again, and these kind of products have been really helping because they're more summer leaning products. So I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I want to be all glowy and, you know, looking tanned and bright and cheerful and, you know, things like that. No need for that tangent, but, you know, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's just a little treat for you. Because stay till the end. God love you. But yeah, let me know how you getting on. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about your project pan journey midway through? That's so Irish. Through the year. Don't know if you've ever noticed that with Irish people, we struggle with our THs. Like, you'll often hear like people slagging Irish people for 33. It's like 33. It's just like, where's the H gone? But I think it's because my name is Ruth. I'm so conscious of THs because many a person in Ireland would just call me Ruth. Like I'm a root of a tree or a tooth. So I think I'm more conscious of THs than maybe some of my compatriots. Maybe I'm wrong. God, shut up, woman. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll chat to you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Slán. Wow.